Good day to you. Last time we were in Colossians 1:21, and now we're going to 22. So good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever you might be. Here's the color key for you if you want to pause and look at that. But last time we were talking about our natural state, the state of humanity, that we are alienated, we're hostile to God, we do wickedness, but as it continues on, it's talking about his reconciliation in verse 20. But then in verse 22, he, that is Christ, has reconciled us, which I would almost put that, like, color that in blue right away. But the emphasis for me, and this is all the thinking process, you can color it a different way, how it makes sense to you. This is not like I'm right, you're wrong. This is just trying to think it through. The emphasis is, yes, he's done it. He's the preeminent, but that was already stated up here. But now he's reconciled in his body by his death in order. What is he reconciled? And you look at that. He's reconciled us. So to present you holy and blameless and above reproach. So what that makes me actually do is switch from blue to orange and go, he has now reconciled in his body of flesh by his death in order to present you holy and blameless and above reproach before him. So this is a truth for us. Now, again, you could color it the other way too, but because of the emphasis in my mind, I'd rather color the words that way and then come back and underline in the blue, reconciled in his body of flesh by his death in order to present you holy and blameless. And these are the kind of things that he's got that agenda, but he wants us to be holy. He wants us to be blameless and above reproach before him, which really kind of lends itself to some other thoughts is if you go to some of the cross references that would bring up. I think about how in Jude, I think it's 24, I'll have to make sure, but here, I'll put the question mark there. But Jude 24, where he talks about that he is able to make us stand, that he'll present us before himself that way, blameless and without fault. He talks about how he wants to, like Christ does for the church, or the husband should do for the wife, that Christ did that so that we would be holy and blameless. And that's in Ephesians 5. I'm going to, again, put the question mark rather than take a lot of time to look it up right now. I'm just guessing, but I'll put that question mark right there. But then this one I do know. Titus chapter 2, 11 to 14 talks about the grace of God appearing to us to bring salvation. And it teaches us to say no to ungodliness and to make us pure and holy, people eager to do his works. If you're hearing engines revving in the background, I don't know if you can hear that, but some motor is outside, so sorry about that. But as we go through that, this is where he's making us this way, and it's not saying, oh, you better do this, but the reality is this is what he does for us. This is what he's doing in us. And that's what he's creating. And so this is a goal. This is an example. This is something we want to do. And that's why I have the red there. But I also, as I keep thinking about it, his agenda was in order to present us. So that's still on him. But again, this is for us working in our hearts. So that is where you look at that and go, he died for us. He reconciled us to himself, also that we would be people eager to do what's good, as it talks about in Titus chapter 2, so that we would be eager to do that and glorify him, to know him, to walk with him, so that we are of the same mind, same heart. Christ is holy, we need to be holy. He's blameless, we need to be blameless. He's above reproach, we need to be above reproach. Not because if you're not, boy, no, he died because we're not. But the goal of it is so that there is agreement, so that there is fellowship, that there is not a barrier between us, but a freedom between us, because we are of the same heart, the same mind, the same thinking. And that's what this is really pointing out. So that's a great encouragement. because that's something we should aim for. But the emphasis really is not that we're doing it, but that he's creating that in us. But we want to cooperate with that as well. So that's Colossians 1:22. Hope that this continues to be a blessing. We'll pick it up in verse 23 next time and finish out this section at least. And so God bless you guys, and I hope you'll have a blessed day.